teammate, a partner, just disappeared. How could someone have it all and just walk away?
Awesome coffee. Thank you for your service. Get in the car, we got it.
Jam.
He's close. I can feel it. Sometimes a man can be lost. Lost on a path between purpose, fulfillment, and gratitude. Direction often clear from above, yet clouded from the ground. I will find him. I will find him. A sign. I'm close. They say you can't hide from your troubles. There's no place that far.
I didn't ask to be found.
But why?
Why what?
Why disappear? Why is there a house of cards?
You know why.
Can't even imagine.
You know why.
And in that moment, I realize.
Wait, this isn't because of that.
It's always that.
So you're saying all of this is because D3 Plus Transformers?
Why would a man, a teammate, a partner, just disappear? How could someone have it all and just walk away?
Awesome call. Thank you for your service. Get in the car. We got it.
He's close. I can feel it. Sometimes a man can be lost. Lost on a path between purpose, fulfillment, and gratitude. A direction often clear from above, yet clouded from the ground. I will find him. I will find him. A sign. I'm close. They say you can't hide from your troubles. There's no place that far.
I didn't ask to be found.
But why?
Why what?
Why disappear? Why is there a house of cards?
You know why.
Can't even imagine.
You know why.
And in that moment, I realize
Wait, this isn't because of that.
It's always that.
So you're saying all of this is because D3 Plus Transformers Racing never happened?
Yeah.
became clear. In 2017, an out-of-nowhere press release claimed that there would be a Transformers-themed LMP2 car. It never really made sense. Why would it be on an LMP2 car? Why were the photos they used not of an LMP2 car? But nonetheless, it showed up on all the websites. It had quotes from the team, even the IMSA series president, and just like that, it was gone. one announcement, never to be seen or heard from again. It's like it was never real in the first place.
I don't get why. Why would it just disappear like that?
I don't know, maybe it just didn't come together.
But why? Why would you announce something if it wasn't real?
People do that all the time.
Stop the car. Stop the car.
Sean.
I just don't know why anyone gave it credibility when nobody involved in making the movies was quoted in the press release.
Look, maybe they had really good intentions and then realized it was too much to pull off.
Like how?
Like, no one can afford to create a whole fictional world of race cars and robots.
So you're saying you can't think of anybody that could, I don't know, build out digital versions of the entire racing universe and make it a reality?
Yes, I'm saying I can't think of one group within our series that has the ability to take a race car or even a street car and turn it into a robot. It's impossible. It would literally cost millions of dollars.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I can't think of anybody who with no money could completely combine the world of robots and real-world racing. But
can you imagine?
Whether you're an aging boomer or a kid who doesn't care about any of this, hold on to your seatbelts because boy or girl, have we got something for almost any age. You've seen them battle on the track, but now they can settle the score at home. I'm talking about the hero of our collection, the Fonzie Taylor's Uncle versus the evil Van der Zander Van, whose only crime is being Dutch.
I don't really think I'm evil, am I?
Isn't the Jordan's brother thing kind of played out? Can't I be Elio's ex-teammate instead?
Of course, racing is a family affair, and who better to watch over than his dad, Autonomous, complete with pit lane flash.
You know what happened? Out about that much of vodka just at the end.
And if you like GT racing, then you'll love Ultra Foley, who for some reason no one cares about even though he wins in everything.
What do I have to do?
And of course, Andy Border, who doesn't seem to know the limitations of his age.
Hey, don't tell anybody that I'm doing this.
Then there's the Mecha Rennfahrer. That's right, German robots, which is slightly redundant. Help them dominate the competition, like the Rasterizer.
I am Rusty Raider.
The Katzinator.
I am Katzinator.
And Richard Leeds.
yeah.
Also, you know I'm not German, right?
Of course, it doesn't just stop with sports car. Watch these heroes be the first to break barriers at the hallowed grounds of Indy with the Predacons, who we won't make any jokes about because they don't need more pressure.
Thanks, Internet.
To win, they're going to have to beat Team Perfection, the Holofiers, the Mech Andretti's. But if you root for anyone other than the Predacons, you're probably going to end up in a blog. Collect all of them now!
I got IMSA driver Zach Veach.
All right.
Man, I got IndyCar driver Zach Veach.
Oh, come on.
This Corvette turns into superfan Rodney Sandstorm.
This joke still works, right?
And this Corvette turns into Tommy somebody.
Gee, thanks, guys.
Whenever my kids play with the Cole Pernicus stock car, for some reason, they're always really hungry afterwards.
I wanted to get the Joey Handatron because it can literally change into anything. But apparently, you're not allowed to make toys out of platinum.
How is this a thing?
Of course, I have the ultimate collection. The entire sports car senior leadership task force.
Great meeting, guys. First round's on me.
I guess it can't be done. Come on, Robot Decal.
Wait for me, guys, will you?
Allow myself to reintroduce myself. It's good to be back It's good to be back. Hello, how you doing? No, I'm not a newbie. In fact, check the discography. A lot of people knew me from back when I was honestly a prodigy. But who's keeping track? It's hard to be mad. It's hard not to laugh at all these artists out here posing like they color me bad. It's all just a fad. I promise that it won't last. I see it in the rear view as I step on the gas. Vroom, vroom. So make room, make way. All these fake Drakes taking up space. I don't care what none of y'all say. Which one of you first place? I'm running my own lane, own pace. And who said this was a race? Go ahead and save face. Okay, I'm reloaded. Once upon a time in the city of Milwaukee lived a boy with a dream and a...
Don't worry about it. I can hitchhike fast to them once you guys can drive there. Hey guys, just wait for me, guys. I gotta get this girl's phone number first, all right? Hey, wait for me, guys. I have to go back and get my, vintage JLP racing bag of before we can leave.
All right. I think we're live.
Are we doing this?
I think we're doing it. I think we're live. I think we're back. Welcome, I think, to Thursday Night Blunder. I am Sean Heckman. This is Ryan Eversley here laughing in the background. Ryan, you got the laptop up. Obviously, you can't hear it, but does it look like we're live?
It looks like we're live.
All right. I'm going to say we're live.
Yeah.
All right.
Go with it.
So this is the first installment of Dinner with Racers Thursday Night Blunder. For those of you who are familiar with our series, we do a bunch of dumb races on Thursday nights. Last year and this year, we've kind of catered it to the off-season when there was no NASCAR, no IndyCar, no sports car racing, and so this is all we got. However, unfortunately, this year it's going to be a little bit of a partial schedule because we simply have a lot going on with a number of things. And so because of that, we simply can't be doing this and doing the things that we're actually, obligated to do.
Why?
So, Ryan, I'm going to turn the camera over to you. Why are we so busy?
Well, I'd say it probably revolves around having continued to create the podcast Dinner with Racers, which is what most of you guys are familiar with us. However, we also now have a television show, which was formerly on Amazon Prime, and now on Motor Trend Plus. You go to Motor Trend Plus, the app, or you can go to youtube.com/Motor Trend Watch, and you can check out our TV show there. And you can watch that anywhere in the world, right, Sean?
You can. I know a lot of people love to complain, and our number one complaint that we used to get over the years was for those people outside of the U.S. and the U.K., they could not watch our TV series. Well, now they can. You can, if you live in Greenland, you can watch it. If you live in Finland, you can watch it. Sweden, you can watch it. Cameroon, you can watch it.
Weirdly, Florida is out.
Florida's out, but it's been out for a while. But that's just the lack of the internet.
Yeah, so once they get power back and technology, they're in.
Exactly. So tonight we have every race we do is a little bit unique, but it's a little bit special. What have we got going on tonight, Ryan?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, you and I were on a road trip for Dinner with Racers and had a couple hours to kill. We've been kicking around Thursday Night Blunder for a while, whether or not we want to put you through the stress and, more importantly, put you through the frustration of all the emails you get asking when the link's going to come out or how to get involved.
No, I love that stuff.
Yeah, no, I know you're a big fan. So when we were deciding we were going to do it again, we thought, how can we, in true Dinner with Racers fashion, make this stupid? And so we thought, what are cars that don't belong together? What are cars that have drastically different characteristics? And we decided to come up with the electric Porsche GT car versus the tried and true Formula Vee.
Perfect. So the Porsche Mission R is an all-electric car. You're looking at Matthew Struckman right now in that yellow number 27. And I'm not sure who that is behind him, but they're running nose to tail because the Porsche, that's cute. That looks like a duck with her ducklings. But look at this. How cute is that? Aww. Patrick, is that Patrick? Oh, that's Patrick Lindsay of Trading Paints fame. Kind of leading his little ducklings there. That's it. I could watch this all day. It's now a nature show. But that Porsche Mission R that you're looking at, that is an all-electric. Well, it's a real car that I don't know if Porsche actively races it per se, but it does exist. They have made some, and it is truly all electric. Here's the thing: it can go up to about high 190s, almost 200 miles an hour when it's at full charge, which is pretty fast. There's a problem with that, Ryan.
Yeah, the faster you go, the faster the battery runs out on it.
That is correct. Yeah. So
while it is a very high performance car and the technology on it is absolutely phenomenal, it can only do it for so long. And one of the things that we thought about when we decided our platform for this evening was what kind of track should we use? Now, obviously, the Porsche Mission R is probably best suited for a road course. So let's take that factor out of it. And it's also probably better off at a track that you might have to brake or lift. So let's take that factor out of it as well. And so here we are on a super speedway, which will immediately drain the battery if you decide to go as fast as possible.
100%. And that's how we came to this. So, what? Oh, I don't know what we're looking at. So Davis Trask there, bump drafting. So in testing, the distance these Porsches can go is it's varying because anybody who knows electric cars know that the power use and the amount of time you can run are extremely commingled. So we have found that if you're really, really saving electricity, you can run 12 minutes or so. And if you're running full tilt, you can run about 5.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's like a 5 to 12 minute range, depending on how fast and how much power you want to use. But it's a 5 to 12 minute stint. The problem is the race length. Ryan, how long is this race?
We're going with a 40-minute stint here.
So it's a 40-minute race. It's a 40-minute race, and they can go 5 to 12. The Formula V's, however, which we'll now take a look at, these Formula V. Oh, and James Nelson is already learning. I think he joined us last year. He was fairly new, so he's learning. But the Formula V's, they can go the whole distance. They are traditional gas-powered cars. However, they can go the full 40 minutes, but they top out in a good pack, like what you're looking at here. You know, packs normally when you run nose to tail, not side to side. They can do maybe 100 miles an hour, and the Porsches can do maybe 200 miles an hour. So they can go the full distance, but they're about half as fast.
And again, true Dinner with Racers fashion, we were like, what is something that would be just miserable to drive on a super speedway for 40 minutes? How about a race car that only goes about 100 miles an hour?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here we go.
So you're welcome. This is what happens when you put the two of us in a car for a week on end of nonstop hustling to get the show done. And we want to torture you guys too.
There you go. So thank you, fans, for enduring this. So anyway, so we have a couple of folks in the booth with us here, as they always are. So those of you who are used to the sweet, dulcet sounds of Marco, I think as we announced at the end of last season's run, Marco has moved on to doing other things with his life. But our partners at Apex, who've been doing all this camera work, all the fancy graphics and whatnot that you're looking at, is that Tyler's? Did Tyler have a headshot in there?
He's got a headshot now.
Wow, that is a thing. But running these cameras is our boy Lee Thompson, who is over there in the country of Europe.
Oh, I've been to Europe.
Well, I mean, are you a few years in the past? I'm not in Europe anymore.
Oh, right.
Sean, but yeah, great to be here as always, guys. It's I can rely on you guys to give me a very unique event to put the cameras on for.
All right. Well, you mentioned it. Let's get into politics. Let's talk Liz Truss. Let's talk Brexit. Let's get into it, Lee. What do you think? No. So Apex normally does kind of higher quality broadcasts, and actually Apex has developed a whole new facility out there in the magical UK. You guys are doing all kinds of esports and sim racing and whatnot. How does this stack up in the quality of programming that you do?
It's one of our highlights for sure, Sean. You know, as I say, you just know you're going to get something special here with DWR, and you guys, like I say, put on quite a show. So no, it's up there, sir.
I feel as though that is another way of saying it's not.
Yeah, I heard the word special and I heard something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's on brand.
Yeah. Appreciate you nonetheless. So All right, what is going on here? So we're in the middle of practice. We've actually we're about 15, just over 15 minutes remaining in the session right now. Jason Skeen is our fastest guy at a 54-second lap, and it looks like our fastest Formula Vee lap is a minute 43. So that is a solid, almost 40 seconds slower.
Yeah.
Or 50 seconds slower. Excuse me.
And looking at the gap, it looks like one car in the Formula V's figures something out because he had quite a bit more pace than the rest of it. Like maybe a second quicker, it looked like on one lap. So definitely some drafting taking place, maybe even some help from one of the Porsches.
Right.
So we'll see how that works out. And one of the first things you and I discussed when we came up with the concept was how are people going to game the system and how creative will they get, which is something we always look for so we can try to translate that into our professional racing careers coming up in Daytona.
Exactly. We learn a lot from Thursday Night Blunder. That's what makes us better racers. Of course, you on the track, and of course, me making fantastic strategy calls. And that is that.
We will see what we learn tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll learn a lot about watching electric power. Yeah, it'll play a lot in GT racing next year.
Yep.
So that's that. All right. So we have one other semi-guest in the booth. He's our. Don't make the joke, Sean. He's nope.
No,
he's our race official. He's our race official, and that is Tyler Newitt.
The Tyler
Hello.
Newitt.
Man, you met it with enthusiasm there. So
I sure did.
Because we're big believers in integrity, as everybody knows, Tyler's also driving. He's race officiating and driving tonight.
I see no conflict of interest.
No, it's fine. And Tyler's currently 8th on the board. He's 0.9 behind Jason Skeen, so he's got to step it up. But Tyler's been doing the majority of our officiating over the years, clearing black flags, issuing penalties, doing wave rounds. What should we expect tonight, Tyler? You briefly ran the practice run yesterday.
I think we should expect a lot of Porsches going as fast as is efficient.
Okay.
Okay. Those are
Which is
words.
what I'm trying to do right now.
I got you.
It's very difficult to hold a constant speed without a speed limiter.
Now, do you have a plan in place, or are you just going to kind of wing it as the race starts to come to you? Is there a game plan?
The plan is to do what everyone else is doing because they probably put more thought into this than I have.
Okay.
That's very much how I feel in life.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Okay.
All right. So
as always, we have the chat room going right now on YouTube. So if you guys have any questions for myself, Sean, or our guests that we'll have coming on later, please feel free to fire those off. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Hopefully we can get some good interaction. But we have to say we are very, very appreciative for you guys joining us tonight. It's been a while since we've done something like this. And it is taking Sean away from a lot of editing that he should be doing, which I think might be a good thing. Just a little bit of a break dealing with other things that frustrate you.
Yeah, as you and I have discussed before, there's any number of ways I can be miserable. So,
Sure.
It's all good. I'm happy to keep our loyal viewers and participants happy. But yeah, we gotta go back to real work. So sadly, this will not be an every week thing during the off season as it's been last year. We do have every intention on going back to some form of the way it was. We'll see. But this is kind of a weird year with the way our workload worked out because of the switch to motor trend, having a third season of programming go out midsummer, having a fourth season coming out soon, and podcasts coming out very soon. We're of course not going to tell you a damn thing. But Ryan, any let's say topics stand out to you during our podcast runs?
The first thing that came to mind when I heard you say my name right there was sifting through feces to find a tooth.
Yes,
That's the first story that comes to mind from this year. And that podcast was like 8 months ago, it seems like.
Yeah, no, it was. And that one was actually, it kind of almost was. It was 7 months ago. And a couple months before that, we did some recordings early on in the year. And if there's one theme, this went across like 5 episodes. It's that apparently DTM sucks to drive in. Apparently it's an amazing series that is miserable if you're a competitor.
If I learned anything, it's like avoiding DTM, not a big deal.
Yeah.
From a personal sanity standpoint, because it's like everybody that we might have spoken to that ran in that hated it.
Yeah, like if you
Even
want
if
to
they-
ruin your life.
Even if they did really, really well, they hated it.
Yeah, it
So-
was by far my favorite theme of the year. So
Yeah.
hey, I've got a guy in the lobby that I think we're going to want to bring on. I don't trust to just bring him on live.
Sure.
Yep. Oh, what's going on? And so I'm going to go ahead and give us a break. We'll get our next guest queued in, and we'll go from there. So let's pull up some marketing videos. So like Ryan said, we are now on Motor Trend. You can watch us on Motor Trend Plus, which is Motor Trend streaming service, or if you're watching this on YouTube. Well, here's how you watch us. If you're watching the stream on YouTube, when this is over, quit out of YouTube. Type in google.com. Look up YouTube on Google. Once you get into YouTube from Google, look up the Motor Trend page, then look up Dinner with Racers, and there you'll find any number of episodes, and I don't know any of their titles. Watch this. Here's some promos.
Home. What is a home? A home isn't just a place to leave your things, to house your stuff, to simply exist within four walls. A home is built on an ideal, built in common values, where what starts as a community grows into a family. A home is where you laugh, you love, you cry, you even learn. A home is where you don't just exist, but you belong. We're home.
Except for one episode. And race cars, because it's on Motor Trend. All right, we are back. Thursday Night Blunder here on YouTube. I'm Sean Heckman. That's Ryan Eversley talking.
Hey, guys.
There we go. All right, we have a special guest, one of two for the night. He's been on before. I think at this point you don't need an introduction, although we're looking at Ryan because you're not talking. So talk so Zoom can figure it out.
Hi there, everybody. It's me, the guy talking, but we're on Ryan.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, I'm here too.
Oh, he messed it up.
My turn to talk.
Hey, Andy, how you doing? Everything good?
Stop it.
Hi, Andy. Can you see me? Andy, can you see me?
Is this on? Is this part working?
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I just got back from class, and I'm feeling good. I've got some time off, so I've been just enjoying some local Swanee, Georgia, fun time.
Okay, well, very good. So it's the off season, but I don't know what's announced. I genuinely don't know what's real and what's not. But you came off of some NASCAR racing and some sports car racing here in 2022. What's going on next year? I don't know what's announced. So
I don't know what's announced either, to be honest.
all right, well, you're going to be racing. I know that much.
I'm going to be racing. I'll probably be back with Magnus doing some stuff.
Good.
To be completely honest with everybody, I have no idea how much Magnus Racing I'm going to be doing because I don't know if Magnus Racing knows how much Magnus Racing will be racing.
All right. Well, let's talk about some racing, some real racing then. Let's
Yeah.
get over to the iRacing stream. So you know the rundown here. We got the electric Porsches and we got the Formula V's before we came back from the break. You were commenting on Formula Fords and how you want to kind of almost go back to a real one.
Yeah, so I used to race Formula 440, which is now Formula 500 in SCCA back a gazillion years ago, and it was a blast. But I was always jealous of how many Formula V's there were on track. And I'm looking at this version of the Formula V, which is like a similar body. That was the other cool thing about the V's. There was like barely ever two that were alike. They were so different and had so many different aerodynamic interpretations of what was quick, which is what I loved about the class. But they ran these super narrow, skinny tires, and I don't know if they do that anymore because I haven't seen a V race in forever. But somebody in the comments, is there comments?
Yeah, there's YouTube comments, and Ryan's looking at them.
Rolling thing. Somebody tell me if they still race the V's with tiny little, skinny little slicks on there, because that was fun, and it seemed actually appropriate for the size and the weight of the car. They always looked like they were too skinny, but you look at V's that run this with that size, almost DOT wheel and tire, and it looks like the tire and the wheel is like a quarter of the weight of the car. So it seems a little overkill. Makes the draft probably amazing.
Yeah, apparently they do still run on the skinny slick tires, according to a couple people in the room. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
so
anybody race on those big tires and wheels that the Sims got?
We'll see what the chat room says. I do want to point out that quite a lot of comments about your attire, which I think you look great. But you want to tell us what you're wearing here? A couple of questions about whether it's Brooks Brothers or what the goal was overall.
I think it's Gucci.
Oh.
So, I literally had about, I got home, I got Burger King on the way home, ran here, jumped in the shower, and when I got out of the shower, it was like 7:39, and I'm not wearing anything below my waist. I'm just kidding. I just put on jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm like, what can I put on that's fancy? And the stuff that I had taken out of my suitcase and not brought to the dry cleaners yet from Italy a couple weeks ago was there, and I was like, done. I'm gonna put on some fake glasses to look fancy, put a little product up in here, get sexy, and I'll throw on this cheesy sport coat I bought at Macy's for like $19.
All right, we'll move on to some racing.
Racing's cool.
All right, so you know a thing or two about Formula Fords. Did you drive any of these back in the day?
I did not drive a V. I drove it. I drove it against them, but always loved this. My buddy Sherman Angler was a big standout in this class, and it was always fun watching these guys battle. It was this before there was Spec Miata. It was Formula V. Like if you wanted to go watch 10 cars nose to tail, bump drafting and just running in the draft and slingshot, like guy could slingshot from fourth to the lead at Mid-Ohio down the back straightaway. It was
awesome.
always a really, really, really cool battle. And so I quite enjoyed it. Always had a bit, minus the safety concern, because you're literally sitting in like, it's made of toothpicks, I think, and the outside is paper mache, and I think it's glued together, and it's about that safe. So like my street luge is safer to crash than one of these things, I think. But
not the way you run it.
I don't know if it's actually made out of paper mache and toothpicks, but it's relatively small, pretty light, and probably wouldn't want to crash it. But I was too dumb back then to understand that. So nowadays I might be inclined to lift a little bit if I was in this situation. Yes, Ryan.
So we have a couple of people asking in the chat room what a vegan gets from Burger King. Now, I'm aware of the options, and some of the people are actually answering pretty close, but I want your specific order. It is Dinner with Racers, after all. What does Andy Lally get at Burger King?
I get a number 3 with no mayo and no pickles, please. Extra large with a Coke, and that is an Impossible Whopper. So it's the old school Burger King Whopper, and it's the Impossible meat patty, and then they throw on ketchup, onions, pickles, mayo, and stuff. And I just get it to go, and then I get full. Stay with me. Stay with me.
What's he doing?
Stay with me.
Okay, they just started,
And then I get back, and I put on this mayo in place, and pickles suck. You should never eat pickles. So, and then I'm good to go.
Show that again.
This is called Follow Your Heart. Hellman's makes a fake mayonnaise also, or a non-egg based mayonnaise, but you can't tell the difference. I promise.
Okay.
Honestly, and the Whopper, I don't think it's made out of real cows or anything that was whatever in the first place. So the Impossible one fools people all the time. Anyway, so that's what I got at Burger King.
All right. Well, qualifying has just started. The Porsches are out on track. It's a group qualifying. They've got now 3.5 minutes. I would say, is the start of qualifying a good time to run the national anthem while we get our next guest?
Might not be bad. It's just to get ahead of everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and play the same national anthem we play all the time because, quite frankly, there's never enough of it. So we will be right back. We've got another guest along with Andy. We'll be right back.
Okay. Hang on.
Say, can you see?
Start over.
By the dawn's early light. Okay, we got the dawn's early light on now?
Yep. Say, can you see by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed
at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag is still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner it's waving. O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Play ball! Oh, wrong sport. Sorry, guys.
All right, we're live. We're live.
Back.
Hey, Ryan, long time that I see you.
Good to see you, mate. How are you?
Hi, you.
Always good to see you. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah, at the racetrack, there's never time to say hi or whatever. It's crazy.
Also, I'm so scared of you that I'm like, hi, sir.
Scared of me?
And I try to keep walking. Yeah.
Do you hear that laugh? That's a laugh to be scared of.
Yeah. I'm afraid. I'm like, hi, and I just keep moving.
No.
Yeah.
If I see you in Daytona again, let's stand out and talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. So where are you at tonight? Where are you? At home?
At home, and on Tuesday I'm going to leave for Germany and Weissach.
And how long will you be over there?
Till the 21st of December.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time. Yeah, because are we on the air or off the air?
Yeah, we are on the air.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the air. Okay. It's fun on the 26th of November, and then we have on the 17th of December our Night of Champions. So what are you going to do? Go home in between? No. Go stay there in Germany and have a nice time.
Excellent.
Nice. So you did this with us a couple of years ago during the shutdown.
Yeah, I remember that. That was, for me, first time. I had no idea what I was watching.
It's very serious stuff, as you can tell.
Now it's better. Believe me. We'll have a good time.
All right, so now you know what to expect. So we talked about this a little bit, but it's Porsches, electric Porsches, against Formula Vees. The Porsches are twice as fast, but run out much quicker. What do you think?
What do you hear now?
I don't know anything.
Like I said,
you
want to have my fun. Let's wait and see. And it depends on the driver. If he's smart and doesn't use the full throttle a lot of time, then he should go for quite some time. So let's see.
Nice. Where would you rank?
The race will tell us.
Where would you rank Andy Lally in that smart versus not smart category with something like this?
Andy Lally, you really don't want to hear completely because we don't have time for a complete reply. Andy is a good guy. He's been around for a long time, and him and we had some good battles on the racetrack. I have to say that. Very good.
For those of you that are listening and are not familiar with Alwin, he is, as Ryan alluded to, one of the scarier guys in the paddock. Everybody wants to be in his good favor, especially the young guys coming up, and they want him to like them because basically whatever Alwin's titles have been through the years, and he's sort of moved around in his responsibilities within Porsche, he's still like the mafia boss for the Germans.
I like that. My official title is retired innocent bystander.
Yes, he's the Tony Soprano of the Porsche gang mafia over there, and he can zit and you're gone. You're off the list. He can zit and they turn you down and you slow down. And then you're one of the guys. You're made. You get your button.
You know what? In reality, look, what I'm looking for is performance and absolutely no bullshit. See, I cannot stand that. And you guys who know me know that for sure. Straight out. And for me, at the racetrack, there's one thing. You know what it is? Winning.
Kick their asses.
Yeah.
Win.
Exactly. Social bullshit we can do somewhere else.
So we have a question real quick, Andy, and I want to. This is for Sean. Alvin, you might not realize this. When you're on the screen, it has your name on the bottom for everyone to see, and everybody has a funny version of their name except you. Why is that, Sean?
Oh, because I'm terrified. I'm not gonna. I don't want to hear later. So like when I put Ryan's name up, his name is spelled wrong. When I put Andy's names up, it's spelled wrong. When I put your name, it's absolutely right. Because I don't want to get a note from you later like, hey, you spelled my name wrong.
You don't
even though
want
it's
a
a
horse's
joke.
head.
Yeah.
You don't want to wake up next to a horse's head because Tony Soprano.
Yeah, the next thing is what I really like, Alvin the Chipmunk. Believe me, Daytona is coming.
Sure. Yeah, that's my point. And I know I'm never going to get hired by Porsche for anything. But I still don't want to.
It's now reality comes in. That's no fun. It's since we have that program in Germany with the Super Cup and everything else, it always the guys who win there came over here and raced for us, and they did their job. But now we have a Carrera Cup in the United States, so hopefully some good drivers will come out of it, and it's fun to have Americans in the American series.
That was Sean Heckman talking, not Ryan or I. So Sean was commenting on his ability to get hired for the Porsche media, I think.
Yeah, I know it's never happening.
About drivers.
Ryan and I know it's not happening.
No, you drove with us, Andy. You drove with us for a long time.
I did. I won 2 Daytonas and a couple of championships.
That's what I mean. Very successful.
You and I don't know if you remember it. You and I had a really good conversation at the end of 2007. I had a really good, successful 2006 and 2007. And then you called me about doing some of the stuff overseas and some of the stuff in the States. And it was right after I signed a NASCAR contract with Bucky. And that's what you kept calling him, was Bucky. You said, you signed something with Bucky?
No. Bucky Buckstyle.
Yes,
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. I hate to get in the way of this, but the race has actually started.
Yeah, well, so they've rolled out. No, they've rolled out. They've rolled out. So so Jason Skeen has put it on pole. I don't know who's fastest among the Formula Fords, but you can see Jason there, slowly rolling out. Here we go. So
really quick, did I see there was a 3-way tie for pole as it was scrolling?
Yes.
Wow.
Jason Skeen, Alex Albert, and Connor Cannard, all top 3, all for pole.
Professional commentator here. I noticed these things.
Yeah.
What are you holding?
This is my microphone.
What is it actually?
Some TV remote because I'm watching Shark Tank.
Say hello to O'Leary. I'm sure he needs it.
He's on the TV right now, actually.
Yeah, see? Counting his cryptos.
Do you watch him on CNBC every day
No. I don't watch that much TV, honestly. I don't. That's typical BS.
Yeah.
So I'm beyond it. I'm beyond it. Let's go to racing. Okay, let's see what happened.
All right, so we're still doing our pace lap. We're about to go green here.
Green.
There you go. So that is Jason Skeen taking the lead.
Wow, big night for Jason Skeen.
Yeah.
Now, Alvin, I don't know if you remember this, but a couple of years ago, you appointed Steve Lubender to be a factory Porsche driver.
Actually, that was one of my moments, when I had too many cigars and too many glasses of wine.
Okay. Well,
it happened.
Yeah. And what turned out to be really funny was that somebody put it on Wikipedia that Steve Lubender was a factory driver, and then it ended up on Porsche's Motorsports' Wikipedia page. He was listed like right below like Nick Tandy and like all these guys like Kevin Estra, Steve Lubender. It was actually on the official Wikipedia for a while. So Steve's birthday is tomorrow, and I believe he's in the race with us.
He is.
And,
in fact, if we can cut to Steve Lubender on camera here, he paid tribute to this, so we can find him up. Eventually, we'll get there. We go. If we cut to one of our onboard cams, there we go.
Birthday boy on board, and it's a Andy Lally tribute, I think.
It is.
That's minus the logo.
Andy Lally, yeah, factory driver.
In the Bucky Bucksteiner number 71.
That's right.
So,
I don't see him that often anymore. Too bad.
Yeah, too bad.
Him and I, we always had a nice relationship. Either we loved each other or we could kill each other. But
He's going to be at Daytona this year. I'm sure you might have gotten the email because this is coming up on the 20th anniversary of his first Daytona victory. So he's going to be there with lots of wine and celebrating in a VIP suite.
No, and honestly, I tell you, when you look back what Bucky has achieved, that's pretty good. Le Mans, Daytona, he did really some very important and good races. I give him credit for that. Tell you that.
Yeah. No, I would agree. 20 years ago, he was a really strong group.
Yeah. So the question is Steve?
You reckon?
That did not. That did so. This does not help the case of the Formula V's.
Not yet.
Doing well.
There's hope. There's hope.
Was that a bump drafting incident?
I'm guessing it is. We'll see if we can get a replay. Might be tough, but. So the key for the Formula V's to win this race, because obviously they're not going to win on pace. They're if they can have a smooth race, they've got a real shot. But it's not going to happen if 2/3 of them are not going to finish. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to get a replay. Oh, here we go. So let's see what happened here.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that would do that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, hold on.
And they disappeared.
And they disappeared, apparently. Okay, and somehow we couldn't process all those cars, so never mind. And somehow they're all upside down.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you that it just continued as expected, from my view. But I was also going to say it looked like there was the width for at least 15 more cars on this track. So I don't know what the problem was.
Interesting.
Now, just to recap and end this one, Steve Lubender, it's his birthday tomorrow. Any chance he can get back on the factory team for Porsche?
I tell you honestly, I don't know. My pool is diminishing every year, so you know how that is. Taking factory drivers It's really, really tough. And, I made a little mistake there, so I don't think they will listen to me the second time.
All right, Steve, we tried for you. Happy birthday, buddy.
There's official regrets about putting Steve on the factory squad. Sorry, buddy. I still love your paint job.
Yep. All right.
So Steve's got a strategy here because he's way, way off the pace of the Teslas, but he's obviously parked and camping behind someone in the draft and just trying to chill out here. And I think he's going to try to do like the one extra lap at Le Mans thing here where he's going to go a little slower but get that time at the end of the pace. So he's probably going to have to do one less pit stop than the rest of the Teslas, banking that they'll still be able to do and make up way more time than the V's here. The V's had a tight battle going, but that looks like it's broken apart a bit.
Now, Andy, you know what...
I'm sorry, loop ender's all the way up to 4.
Okay, and you know what kind of car these are, right?
Oh, they're not Teslas, are they?
They're not Teslas.
That's why Alvin's here.
No.
But you see, that's one of the bright moments what Andy has once in a while.
Oh yeah, this is a regular. Alwin, we got to hang out more. This is every 15 minutes this happens. This will happen. At least. How much more time is left in the race? This will happen twice.
See, if you stop watching Shark Tank, then you really get involved.
Yeah.
There's this amazing product on called Mutiny.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good.
New haircuts.
Okay. So, so just to reiterate, Alwin Springer is joining us, Porsche Motorsports, longtime boss, one of the creators of Andile, and Andy, who raced open wheel cars at the start of his career. So Formula V's make sense for Andy, and then Teslas, or the Porsche Mission R, Andy. There you go. Yeah, that kind of ties Alvin into this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And you can see guys,
on the
some
Tesla
of the
side.
quick Porsches already coming into the pits.
Yeah. So you heard Lee jump in there on the audio. So some of the Porsches, so there's a couple different Porsche strategies that are playing out here. So we can look at some of these guys coming in the pits. You can run flat out and stop. So it's literally lap 6, 5 minutes into the race, and these guys have been going flat out and stopping and taking whatever charge they can get. So Lee, we just lost some of those cars. There we go. So you can see they're up there getting their charge. And there's a couple different Porsches.
Why don't you tell everybody how long the charge takes and what they're banking on here for how much time they have to be ahead of the V's to make this work?
Exactly. So there's kind of two strategies. There's the partial throttle stop less strategy among Porsches, or the full throttle stop more strategy. Roughly speaking, to go back to a full charge, it's about a 4.5 minute pit stop. Now that includes in and out time of the pits, but that's a massive amount of time to just be stuck there waiting. So the question is to run partial throttle, and we don't know, this is why we're running this race, to run partial throttle and maybe stop less. Is that better than running full tilt and going 200 miles an hour and stopping more? We calculate the full tilt guys will probably do 3 to 4 stops. And if somebody's really, really good at conserving energy, he'll probably stop twice.
Now, Sean,
yes, sir.
Is this sorry to interject, is this like true to life where it's not a linear charge, or is it actually a linear charge here? Because I know, like, let's say my buddy Spencer Pompelli, he's driving his Tesla down to Daytona.
Now
he
this is a
does
Porsche.
a 75% charge and then gets back on the road because that last 25% gets in there. So can they do like 75% in 2 minutes, and then they got to sit there for another 2 minutes to get that 100%?
Now the truth is I don't know. I believe, just because of keeping it simple for iRacing's programming, I do believe it is linear. Whether or not that's true to life, I don't know. But some of the guys who were driving reported about 10 kilowatts a second or something like that, which comes out to about a 4-minute stop. But again, that's based on data that's not mine, so I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it is linear as far as iRacing is concerned.
Copy.
But yeah, you can do a partial, I don't want to call it a fill, but you can do a partial charge if you want. So if somebody wants to do what we would know as like a splash at the end, that is an option, and maybe do a stop in 2 minutes.
What was the pole time for the Formula V car?
They've been doing about a minute 40 lap times. Minute 43 was the quick time, I think, in practice. So if you look right now, in 22nd is Drake, and he's 1 lap down. Oh, no, it's Alan Space now. He's 1 lap down, but all of these Porsches that are ahead of him are going to have to stop. And Alan and every one of these guys up front here, As long as they don't wreck each other like we saw at the start, they can go the whole distance like this. And by our math, they should do about 24 laps in a 40-minute race. Also, by our math, the Porsches running by themselves would do about 22 to 23 laps. So we'll see. But if they can run together and pack and kind of help each other out, the Porsches should be able to make a lot of that ground up. So by our math, it should be a fairly even ending. But that's two things. One, based on my math, which you know is never right. And two, is we just don't know because we haven't had a full group.
Well, let me give you a little trick.
Here we go.
See, if I would be in the pit, okay, and I would be in charge of it, and I had the car from Buckler, what I would do is I would try to get a generator and get a little bit more voltage on the input. And what that does, and you will see that in reality, see, charge will be faster. And therefore, maybe people don't catch up, but that's that little unofficial, advantage, what you're looking for. But I don't think that anybody of the guys are thinking about that.
I like what you're thinking there. I think we could get another generator, and since weight doesn't matter for handling, we could just put it in the car and start that gas motor up and then charge that electric car while we're going there.
That would be, then you need gasoline. That gets a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
No. Let's see. But
that's the part that gets complicated. Yeah.
That is complicated. I just gave you, a hint how we can do that.
Yeah, I like it.
So I had the idea right when we came up with this that if I was going to do this, my first thing I would do is find somebody else that understands that we could work together. We could maybe win this thing. And so if one Porsche pushes another Porsche without using any propulsion, not using anything, they might be as fast as a Formula Vee. And then the other one gets to push the other half of the race. And then whatever they have left with 2 laps, it's a free for all.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if somebody's going to do it, but these are the little things where I would see when you have speed, you usually, in front, you just have to use it wisely. That's the point.
Oh, is that Josh?
But that's what racing is all about.
I think I saw Josh.
I was talking about sandbagging, in case you...
Please don't start. One of my favorite things. BOP, balance of performance. I call it socialized motorsport. Horrendous. Believe me. Yeah. See, we don't have it here. Let's see what we're going to get.
Please never change.
Super V's. Me? Why would I?
No. So back in 2017, we did a podcast with you here on Dinner with Racers.
That's right.
We went to your place. I had a cigar. And
what did I tell you?
What did you tell me?
What did I tell you? I asked you, do you want to smoke a cigar?
Yeah.
And you said, yes, I would.
I did.
And I said, I give you a good one if you smoke it all the way to the end.
I failed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I believe the quote because I've never smoked a cigar before because that's not really my thing. But I was like, Alwin Springer smoking a cigar. I'm going to smoke a cigar. And I believe my question to Ryan when I didn't want you to hear was like, is your mouth supposed to burn?
Oh.
Yeah. And
it is not.
You're doing it wrong. If your mouth is burning.
You have to smoke it right.
So, but all of that is to say that at the time you were telling us that you were thinking about writing a book and you were sort of partway into writing a book. And now it looks like it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, we just finished the writing, and the book will come out in the spring of 2003. It's an interesting book. It's not Corner 7 and Gear 6. It is more or less what happened at the racetrack, what is people to people, what happened with the teams, and all the little stuff what people really are interested in, and 480 pages. So it starts in 43 actually when I was born. And goes through 66 in Canada and then to the year. It goes actually until now. And that's, of course, when it stops. So it's
ends
interesting.
with the dinner with racers.
No.
That's the last page in the book.
No. It actually, I can tell you that, it actually ends with my, where Porsche gave me an honor because I'm going to be a Grand Marshal guy at our Porsche reunion in Laguna. And that's a big, big honor, what I really appreciate from Porsche's side.
That's awesome.
That is
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
very good.
The book is
What's the name of the book? How do we find it?
Porsche Racing in the U.S.
That's a
My
horrible
years.
name.
Yeah,
Let's take a vote here.
My years with Porsche racing in the U.S.
I'm kidding.
That's it. So then figure it out yourself because
Do
I,
you-
didn't-
do you-
I never raced anything else.
Do you
So I
dish
never
any
wanted
dirt? Like, is there
Huh?
anybody that's going to be
Upset.
worried that this book is coming out? They're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's going to tell
No.
them that
Let
time
me
about
tell
that
you.
thing.
Let me tell you. I would have liked to, but
Yeah.
the rider, you know, like I gave him the hints, but the rider actually wrote it, and he has striking and striking and stuff. We cannot write that. We cannot write that. That is not right. That is not legal, and it is. But it's still, it's a good one.
Redacted.
Exactly.
Yes.
The good one.
Looks like a government. It just looks like.
It's a good one. You like it.
I will love it. I'm going to get it and I'm going to read it for sure.
Yeah, but I'll tell you. And I don't want to promote it, but the fact of life. What do you think? How many books we're going to issue? Give me a number.
962.
You son of a bitch, Shema. Who did you listen to?
I know. I guess. I guess.
What did your mother tell you before? Don't lie.
I honestly, knowing Ryan and knowing that Ryan's dad worked on the 962 and how big of a fan he is.
Look what's right over. This is right over my shoulder right now. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. Right.
Coca-Cola card, Bob Aiken.
That's right.
Yeah. So
no,
that,
but 962 books. That's it, and I like it. Not too much.
That's pretty cool.
Go for it. Yeah.
That's amazing. When do you hope to have the book out?
In the spring of 2023.
Are you going to do a book signing like at Daytona or at the Laguna
No.
Seca?
I'm going to do that. I'm not at the races. No.
You get a free cigar with every book.
Yeah, but not the nice Cubans. You know, that is from actually made from my old mattress.
What?
That's like a blunt.
It's a Swisher Sweet. So
okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we did have a question. Let me see real quick. It was for I think Andy. Yeah, Andy, you saw Ross Chastain's move at Martinsville. Were you bummed that you tried to do the same thing at Darlington?
So, Ross's move was fantastic. It was genius. It did the right thing. So where everybody, including me, failed trying to do the video game wall ride is that we tried to make the corner first. So when Carl Edwards did it to Jimmy Johnson at Fontana, when Kyle Larson just did it this year, actually I think at Darlington, when I did it in qualifying at Darlington, when all these guys, Kentucky, I forgot who that was, maybe Kurt Busch, everybody drove in the corner flat on the line instead of committing to the crash right away. And the way the wall, like you couldn't do that at a Phoenix because the safer barrier turns hard right before the wall. So you hit the wall at an angle instead of like at Martinsville where it just blends right in all the way around. That was pretty epic, amazing. And I still thought we were going to see somebody try it at Phoenix right away. I don't know if there's another track that the mid-corner speed is that low that it would be worthwhile to do that and then have a seamless wall ride entry. Potentially Richmond and potentially New Hampshire. Those would be the only other two I could think of off the top of my head outside of Martinsville where we might see that again, but it was pretty epic.
I am going to interrupt and say the top 6 in Porsche are all in the pits. And Jeff Gross here is our kind of our lead Formula Vee. And I have a feeling he's about to jump up front.
He's 54 seconds behind
these other Porsches. So there's a variety of strategies going on. So you can see that like Steve Luvender, for example, former Porsche factory driver, he's currently P2. Brad Storer, Alex Albert. So yeah, Jeff Gross just moved into the top 5. And we are now 18 minutes into this race, seeing how the Formula Fords shake out. So we'll see how this all... Who is that in front? It seems like there's like a duck with her ducklings here.
That might be... Is that Jason Skeen?
Who is that in the golf car? That's Aaron Bean. And I think his strategy is just stay in front of the Formula Fords and save all the power that he can.
Right.
That seems to be
so
what he's doing.
He can just try to pull out and pass him if he has anything left.
Yeah, I think that's it's not an unreasonable strategy, to be honest. So
now,
go ahead,
Andy. What about trying to do that Martinsville rim ride thing at the Coliseum in Los Angeles?
Potentially good. You know, so some people look at Martinsville and they would have said that could never happen because it's so tight. People would envision that happening at a Fontana or at a whatever, but like at a Fontana or something like that, the normal line's going to be faster because you're barely lifting. At a Fontana, at a Michigan, maybe potentially a Charlotte or something like that, because start finish is so close after the wall there. But like, you've got to have a place that's got a smooth transition into the wall, meaning like there's the wall, you wouldn't, if you were up against the wall, you wouldn't make a hard right before dipping back in left again. What was the question?
Christ. Alvin, did you see the Martinsville move with Ross Chastain that we're talking about?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, grandiose. You know, I'm just anybody who comes up with something new and improves his position, I like that. But Andy is talking about all the racetracks where people can do it and will do it. I believe that NASCAR somehow over the winter time make some kind of a move. It's not legal anymore, my opinion.
Knowing NASCAR the way they do things, it would be hard to write that rule into the rule book. But, and I don't know if I'm out of line saying this, I could imagine a unofficial meeting where they tell you, don't you dare ever do that again at all to finish this race. We're not going to make it a rule, but you just better not try it.
Because I'd assume the liability is that once, like, it's cool to do once, but once 30 cars finish the race like that, it's going to look pretty dumb real fast.
Yeah, and your real potential there, you not only just looking dumb, but if you get to a situation where, like, you get a Ross Chastain that is 2/3 of the way through NASCAR 3 and 4 at Martinsville at 135 miles an hour or whatever his mid-corner speed was, when normally you're down to about 65 miles an hour there. If you get a group that is 2 or 3 wide that guy against the wall didn't anticipate, he's going to hit the right rear of that car tracking out, and at that much of an impact at that point on the track, you could potentially throw a lot of debris through the fence. And you get a place like Martinsville where you can sit closer to the racetrack because you don't have those exit speeds and those massive impacts there. That stuff usually backs into the fence and then it's fine. If you go to a Daytona, you go to a Charlotte, even if you go down to Atlanta Motor Speedway, Talladega, those places, the very bottom row is 30 feet from the track, and then there's a place that you can walk, but Martinsville is much, much closer, and you could really potentially throw some stuff up in the stands there. So I think they're worrying about it, liability as much, if not more, than the potential of having egg on their face where 10 guys do it on the last lap.
All right, I'm going to interrupt and point out some actual racing going on. Jeff Gross and this group that we're looking at right here, they are now third, and Alex Albert, who's leading, is the Porsche that's in front of them, just sort of running their pace and leading them.
Must be a back marker, actually. So this is Alex Albert here.
Oh, this is Alex right here. Okay, never mind. So Alex is barely leading, but he's obviously at a very, very partial deal. I think it was covered up on the stream, but Lee, you had a graphic there showing the pit sequences as they were unfolding. If we look at these guys, they are now in the overall lead, and they're now one lap up on, it looks like Davis Trask is the top Porsche, but he'll make that lap up pretty quick, and we are now 22 minutes into this race. So we're just past halfway, but when we got to the halfway point, the Porsches were leading. So I'm not sure how this is going to unfold going to the end.
Yeah, somebody pointed out earlier that they think Steve Lubender might have pitted like 6 or 7 times already in the Porsche.
So in what position is he? Because I didn't watch it.
Steve Lubender is now 16th, having done, if you look at the column there, it says 9 stops.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Nine
And he's pitting
stops.
again.
And he's pitting
Fourth in
again.
class.
Yeah.
So this could be a case to your question, Lally, of maybe he's just coming in and out and just taking advantage of a minimal charge.
Yeah, potentially. Is that him right there?
Yeah, that's him right there.
He pits again. Let's time his stop.
Yeah, when he was at 6 or 7 pit stops, he was still in the top 5 overall. So it doesn't seem like it's that big of a loss, although now he has dropped down a little bit more than usual.
So here we go. So they are basically P2 through 8 are the Formula Fords. Alex Albert in the Porsche is leading, but he's clearly running at a very, very slow pace. Davis Trask is the next best Porsche in P9. Todd Eldridge, by the way.
Albert's in pitch, Sean, so Jeff will grab us in a minute, I think.
Here we go. So 24 minutes in.
There's Alex there.
I'm trying to figure out if Albert is trying to help these. Wait, is that not Albert?
That is not Albert. That is, in fact,
Okay.
a back marker.
So what we've got here is we've got a team. We've got whoever that is in front of the V's is sacrificing their day, I believe, and that is a move to help get the V's as quick as they could possibly go, which just makes sense. Team orders are allowed in Dinner with Racers iRacing
There we go.
Championships of the Universe, I think. And so he's sacrificing his race to try to tow the V's so that they're that much further ahead of the Porsche, not Tesla, that are out here. And that, so there we go. That's the V's 1, 2, 3 overall right here.
And I believe Davis Trask, did he just pass them? No, he's coming up.
He's coming from
So
9
he's coming
seconds
up.
back.
Yeah, and he's obviously going to be significantly faster. So he will take the lead back unless he's stopping. But, you can see he's running very so I think we've got a graphic that can show his top speed. But he's clearly, he's going, so you see that blue line there.
Is that his throttle?
Yeah, he's at about 2/3 throttle. Is that right, Lee?
I believe that's revs, which obviously doesn't make a huge amount of sense in this cast. So perhaps, perhaps that is representative of throttle. Yeah, to be fair. But it's supposed to represent revs.
They, on a good day, are in this kind of engine map.
Here's go ahead now.
In this engine map, they can do up to about 180, I think. So 120 means he's barely going.
There it is for the lead. I wonder
With
if he thinks it's quicker on the banking there, if he's just bored.
Might be the board.
Yeah.
There it is.
Factor. New leader.
26 minutes
Davis
in.
Trask taking the lead here. Yeah. So, question for you, Alvin. With the new LMDH GTP overall prototype class, the Porsche has been named the 963. Is that special for you with all of your history with the 962?
Yeah, I cannot really speak a lot about it, but I'm just telling you, I went to the 36-hour test in Sebring with Penske.
And you're retired.
And yeah, exactly. Remember, retired innocent bystander.
Okay, go on.
So that was very, very interesting, very encouraging, because like driving in Sebring for 36 hours, that's a rough phase. We didn't have any major mechanical problems, and that's very encouraging for Daytona. Very much.
When I looked at that photo from the test, the two things that stood out to me: one, the car looked like it just had a little bit of brake dust, and I thought, oh, that's pretty tidy, for that long of a test at one of the hardest places. The other thing I noticed was the overall age of the people working on that project looks very young, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but it's Penske.
Yeah.
Penske is, when you look at the chief, what is he? Maybe in his 30s, so the old guys are not really active anymore. And that is good, because the car, it's a complete new environment from a technical side, from everything else. And it's very complicated, I tell you. My opinion, that whole GTP or LMP8 thing got way too complicated and too expensive. But, everybody did it. We have it now, and now we're going to go racing in Daytona and see where we are.
Yeah. Can you think of a better team to be partnered with than Penske?
No. No.
Magnus
He's been
Racing.
proven, I met Penske the first time in 1972 with the Can-Am, And I tell you honestly, Roger is my hero. When you look at the whole thing, the way like he's conducting himself, even in today's world, it is unbelievable. I mean, he was there doing the test when everybody else from the guys went home, you know, the older ones. He was still there and supporting the team. That's Roger Penske. He's a good guy. Very good.
That's
my hero.
cool.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good year this year.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
NASCAR
definitely.
title.
Definitely. Definitely. He want to win Le Mans, but you know, like Le Mans has his own rules. So, but we'll try the best, and we'll go from there.
So on track, it looks like the Porsches are now the top 6 with 11 minutes remaining.
Boy, that's not enough of a gap.
Yeah, 20 seconds if they're going to have to stop again. Now, we do have, if we think it's going to be unfairly biased towards the Formula V's here with 11 minutes remaining, we do have an option to help the Porsches out a little bit. It's up to you guys.
They're all coming in the pits. Look.
Yeah, if we want to help the Porsches out, Andy, Ryan, Alvin, I leave it up to you. We can clear black flags if they speed in the pits, which will gain them quite a bit of time. But my thing is, if we're going to clear black flags, it has to be because we like their paint jobs.
Right.
So,
You know,
do you want to enact that?
racing.
Do you want to enact that rule?
No,
Sure.
I'll tell you.
I don't think it'll matter.
No. Honestly, come on. Let's see what the races is going to bring us. It's a little bit unfair here from our blue car in front there, but you know, like that's live in the big city. So let's see what comes up in about 10 minutes.
I like it.
Okay.
like it.
Alvin Springer says, and we do.
Yeah, and that is the rule now.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, you must change the name of your show. Fine.
Hey, tell it to him, sir.
All right.
I can only
Alan,
vouch
who
for
is
my
being-
mental math,
who-
Sean, but I think it's going to be really close.
Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Thanks, Tyler. That's Tyler, our race official. Well, while we're, do you want to look at some paint jobs anyway? I mean, people put in some work in it. Let's take a look.
Absolutely. We've
So
got
let's-
to throw out some props to the guys that put in all this effort
Yeah.
for this show and built some pretty cool cars.
All right, so we can move on from Tyler. Let's see. So what did Jeff? So Jeff Gross went with the Earnhardt look.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it says Porsche service. Oh, how cool is that?
That's pretty cool. A Porsche Formula Vee
Service.
Yep. And this is a popular, I think, Nickelodeon cartoon that Kenneth Drake has. We'll move on. That is the Team USA scholarship car
That's cool.
that Andy Lally drove. It's like the Formula Ford.
That, and I was number 8. How the heck did this guy know that I was number 8 when I did the scholarship?
Isn't that the best when fans
That
take the time
is-
like that?
I mean, that was 25. Holy cow! It was 24 years ago. How did
He remembers
we can move on.
stumbling. That's pretty good, Andy.
That's awesome.
Move on. We can move on. We can move on.
Nope.
Yeah.
So this is Justin Parcher there with some Continental logos, some Acura logos, some trading paints. We'll move on from the original Bomb Pop. Okay. Piggly Wiggly, which is like a thing that Travis Wall always does. It's
with a 44.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, we can move on from this one.
I like the helmet design there too on both of those.
We can move on from. Oh, Josh Chin needs to lose, by the way. Todd Eldridge.
41. I like that.
Yeah, so that's Todd Eldridge, former Dinner with Racers guest. You can see there's 5 Olympic rings on his helmet. That's because he's an Olympic figure skater. And then John Cantu with the Andy Lally Alive logo.
Look at this with
What?
Awesome Joe and Track Rabbit, everything going on.
So Alive is a company that's got a few different projects involved, including Track Rabbit, which does a lot of track registration kind of software, correct, Andy?
Yep. Andy Lally is Andy Lally Innovations Ventures. And
We're going to move
Experiences.
on from this one. We're going to move on from that one. We're going to move on from this one as
Hey,
well.
No,
Go back.
Go back.
You want to go back?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the John Macaluso car.
Oh, right.
I thought I saw that come through. Man, with the 27 on it and everything. This is the car I finished 3rd with at Le Mans. It didn't look like this, but that's the paint scheme. I finished 3rd at Le Mans in 2006 in an LMP car. And that's pretty wild. Oh, this is a cool ride.
That's cool. Little Continental Dinner with Racers tribute from Mark Kruger. What's there on the? Is that a More Continental Love?
Yeah. These are great.
More Continental Love. Yeah, these are cool. Daniel Parks getting it done.
Yeah.
Matthew
Should we check out some Porsches?
Yeah, so that's a Pikachu. We can move on from the Pikachu. I love it, but we got a lot of different people. Aaron Bean with the Gulf livery.
Cool.
Alan, how do you like
always.
this one? Alvin, you like the Gulf one?
Yeah. It actually looks like the old cars.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
nice.
What else have we got?
Followed.
Brandon Storer, the Trevor Project.
Oh, I like this.
Nice.
That's cool.
We'll move on. Connor Kennard. Is that?
Oh, it's the end-aisle car.
Oh, go back. Go back to
Where?
Connor if we can.
Where?
Let's.
What's Andile?
Is that?
Where?
Andy.
No.
Oh no! It looks like it's a Whittington Porsche knockoff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Waiting. Yeah. Good times.
We'll
I
move
don't
on.
know.
It's Connor
Yeah.
Kennard. Interesting. We'll keep looking. We can keep going there.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
I
what is
like
this?
that.
This looks
Oh,
interesting.
wow. This might be an Interstate Batteries throwback.
That is.
Interstate Van Lines, sorry. Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Van Lines, your actual sponsor when you were in NASCAR. I'm glad one of us knows.
Yeah.
And
cool.
another Continental car with the
Got
with
Ted
the,
Lasso
with
sticker
the Ted
on.
Lasso sticker, which is your thing, Ryan.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll, what else have we got? We got
Oh, an extreme contact. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Pretty fancy.
This is a tire.
And if you look
What does it say
closely,
on the nose? Can we zoom in on the
yeah,
nose?
we can't zoom in, but if you can't read it, the nose says also, yes, I tried to remove that interior tire branding. So you'll see there's a different tire logo on the lip of the car, and they can't do anything
yeah.
about that. That's just the way it's built into the software. So he tried.
Yeah,
So
that's
nice
great.
job,
Good
Davis.
effort. Good
This is
effort.
a
Zachary
tire.
Lewis, Duncan
Oh,
Sip.
it's just Sebastian Vettel tribute.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much time is left in the race?
We got just over 4 minutes.
Oh, so this is cool. That's an old Zach Speed Porsche livery.
Or if you're an early 2000s Peter Barron fan, a TRG East effort for the 2006 Daytona 24.
Nice.
Which was a takeoff of the Zach Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So it would be interesting on the Porsches. When was the last pit stop for front runners?
Yeah, so let's go
because
back to the.
They would tell us, like who's the
Yeah.
problem and who don't.
We can go back to the
Yeah, let's
TV
see.
views. We got just over 4 minutes remaining here. So if we go to TVs, so we have there's a 2-lap lead now. It looks like one lap.
Wow,
lead.
that's not gonna. They're not gonna make it.
Well, we'll see.
4.
4 minutes
Yeah.
is still plenty for them to make it back, depending on the amount of juice they got.
So this is gonna come down to Gross, Drake, and Space.
Yep. But 1 lap for Storer is enough to make up. He can make that up in 3 minutes around here. I mean, they're about twice as fast. They're about 50 seconds quicker.
He's really eking it out by 100.
Oh, he's going pretty slow here. Okay.
I'm
And
telling
then-
you, I think this is a Formula V thing. Now, here's an interesting thing. There is a 4th V that has worked their way in behind the leaders there, and that may be a friend of the 3rd place car that's been trying to figure out a way around here. And again, there's no team order rules here, so we've got 4 cars in that 3-car battle there, and that might be someone that's coming along to be a helper for a little last lap attempt here.
Just out of curiosity, what's Alex Albert doing speed-wise?
Standby.
Yeah.
So Alex Albert would be the
middle
other
of the
guy
pack
to
is
do it.
changing pretty
So
drastically.
Alex
here.
Albert is running much quicker. He's running 145. It looks like he's at like 80% throttle. He's still 1 lap down with about 2.5 minutes, and that's 2.5 minutes to get to the line, or 2.5 minutes till the time elapses. There's still however much time is left to complete that lap.
Okay, so is it when the time runs out, do you get the white flag that lap, or do you get the checker as the time runs out?
I believe.
So
go ahead, Lee.
We might actually get caught out because iRacing tries to make a guess as to what the fastest lap time might be on that final lap, and of course some of his Porsches have rattled around full throttle for a lap or two, so that might kind of confuse things, and then they're going to run a slow lap at the end maybe. So we might just have to wait and see. It should go white flag.
Surprise! I love that. What would be what, that's exactly how this is. It's like
It's on brand.
Grand Am races.
Yeah.
And so,
here comes
Porsche is about to unlap himself.
Yeah, so this is Alex Albert right there with Storer right behind him. I think they're about to get their lap back. with just over a minute remaining. That's going to be tight. We'll see how this happens.
Yeah, 90 seconds left on the clock here.
And so there they go.
There they go.
Wow, yeah.
All right, we'll see. Alvin, what do you think?
So we'll see. So far, it doesn't look like the Porsches will dominate here.
Plenty of
but
time.
That's okay. Let's see.
That's what either.
So 2 minutes should be 2 minutes for the Porsches. Is still just over 2 laps. How this works out for the Formula V's, we don't know. So, and then within the Formula V's, of course, at what point do they spread out and start racing each other? Because we are getting to those closing moments. So at a certain point, you got to say, I'm no longer part of this pack. I just want to be selfish.
Yeah, you got top 3 separated by 3/10 here. Less than 45 seconds on the clock.
Man. I think they're talking to each other.
Yeah, so I
think they're setting us up. I think we got 2 groups of 2 that are planning the last back straightaway slingshot engage race attempt here.
Hey Tyler, can you let us know if you get a white flag?
I sure will.
Thank you.
Oh, do they do a white flag, or do they just throw the checker?
There'll be a white flag. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
it should be.
Well, we're on lap 23, so this is going to be at least 25 laps.
So I just crossed the line and did not get a white flag.
Copy. Okay. So that's Tyler, who's driving right now. Tyler not
ideal since I only have a lap of charge left. So.
There you go. Okay, so where are we at now? Is Ben Cox now P1 in?
Yeah, he's the leader in the Porsches.
Okay, so he just got past Alex Albert. Good. So that's Ben Cox right now. Ben Cox has done a lot of practicing, probably more than anybody here. There's been a lot of back and forth on getting this thing configured because Ben has been so instrumental in doing the practice time. So Ben's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, but he's starting to pass some of the Formula cars here. He's now passed like 4 of them in this lap.
Yeah, and he's coming. He's a minute 15 behind the leader. And they have not gotten the white flag.
Yeah, but he's doing 100 and... Oh, no, that's the leader that's doing 100.
Yeah, that's Jeff Gross.
Oh, we've got a run for the lead here.
Yeah.
Here they go. They also have to not wreck each other.
Yeah, they're separated by 2/10 overall. It's a crazy battle here for the win.
Hey, push the Porsche aside.
Yeah.
oh no, what's going on? Oh no, I don't know what happened. Okay, that's all right. All right, so we'll go back to Jeff Gross. And this top 4 battle for the overall win. Meanwhile, Ben Cox is 1 minute behind in the Porsche.
Yeah, up to 12th now.
Is that the Team USA colored car? That's
the Team USA is Alan Space.
Yeah.
Jeff Gross in the Porsche Goodwrench tribute. Right now, Jeff Gross has a lead. It is tough to get a real good draft and run in these Formula V's because they are so topped out already.
Yeah.
But you
Ben just radioed that he's out of battery.
And Ben is out of battery.
Oh, our Porsche leader.
So it's going to be back to Alex Albert, who was running fairly slow. So I think the Porsches just may not have enough here.
He's out 70.
Man.
So
battle for the lead separated by less than half a tenth.
Oh no! There goes Jeff Gross
from
Alton.
The wall.
That was Team USA car.
Was it over? Is that it?
I think it's over.
I think it's over. I think Alan Space is the winner.
Alan Space beats Jeff Gross
See?
for the win.
Sorry, Alan.
No. Come on, hey, next time.
Next
you know,
time.
like there's always a next time.
That's right.
So we changed the rules a little bit. Remember, more voltage, and then we go again.
There we go.
And look at it. Look, the past beat the present.
That's right.
There you go.
Reliable.
Little retro.
Yep.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, that's a crazy finish. And of course, this is how we always finish our races.
Yeah, traditional crashing after the checkered flag, as DWR rulebook states.
Congratulations to Mr. Space on the and with the Team USA throwback. That's pretty dope to the trope. Love it.
Man.
All right.
Is that Thomas Tucker? Is that our leader in the Porsche class? Is that?
Is it Tyler Tucker?
Tyler
Tucker. I think ended up being. Looks like he's 2 minutes. Austin Tucker, who's I think a new participant, and he's out.
Oh wow.
He's trying to. So look at all these cars that didn't
Patrick
make it.
with a last-minute entry, finished 14th there. Looked like he got caught up in the big one at the beginning, but was catching up there at the end.
I think Storer is the top of the Porsche finishers, because if you look at Davis Trask, Austin Tucker, Alex Albert, Zach Lewis, they all ran out before they got to the flag.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. Oh, tough.
Good times.
All right.
All right. Try and see if we have a replay of the crash on the line there for the leaders.
Okay, so we'll see if we can. We'll see if the
here we go.
Here, let's see. So this was the finish. It was Alan Space wrecking him.
For the win. He wrecked Dale for the win.
He did, and that's not even rattling cage. So Alan Space flat out dumped Jeff Gross.
Yeah, full on.
The 8 dumped the 3.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Oh yeah.
Textbook.
Not good. 1 second.
By Steve. One of my cars took out the other one of my cars. Love it.
That is amazing. Here we go. We'll watch it again. But that looked like Alan Space just saying, nah.
Space made contact with his Porsche on the left. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
Interesting. All right, we'll watch this again.
That's what caused the incident.
Oh, I see.
Perfect finish.
Excellent.
That's amazing.
Exciting as always across the line.
All right, Alvin, you've been in a few BOP meetings in your day, which I'm guessing is not your favorite thing. So if you're going to politic us to do this again, what would you need changed?
The time of the, what we had right now, the battery life was not enough.
I see.
It has to be more. It's so clear.
Okay.
And would you come with data set, or would you just come with anger?
Me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't come with anything. I would come with enthusiasm and watch the whole race.
You would come with 2 cigars.
Exactly, and a glass of wine. So it's relaxed, it's nice. Guys are showing it. And you guys are guiding them the right way, and I sit in the back and watch it. Yes, very nice, guys. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, very good. Any final questions for Alvin? Otherwise, we'll let him go here.
Hey, how and when do we get your book? Just tell us again for the people that are listening out there that are interested and want to get their hands on this.
It has not hit the social media right now, and so it is not really out where to order it and how to order it, but it will come within the next month.
Okay, cool.
And then people will know where to order, phone number, and the rest of it.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You.
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Alvin. We appreciate you coming on as always.
Absolutely.
And,
I enjoyed it very much. Have
we'll
a
see you
nice
at Daytona.
one. And Daytona, and happy holidays and a good year, okay?
You
Have
as
a good
well.
one.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
All right, that was cool. God bless him. Wait, did Lally just leave?
I don't know. Did he?
I think he did.
He's like,
all right, I'm
see
out.
you guys. Like, oh, all right.
All right, guess he's going too. Oh no,
No,
he's
I'm
there.
not here.
He's there. He's there. Okay.
Yeah, okay, he's back. We got him back. We got him back.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to read the results.
All right. So it looks like Alan Space. Oh, well. By the way, I just saw my text. I was a little busy hitting buttons. I got a note from Pat Long at 5:30 going, "I'm in the weight room."
Sorry, Pat.
It was like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were gonna have Pat Long on, but we didn't know when he was coming or if he could come.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, are we going to interview our winners here?
Yeah, we can.
I haven't done one of these in a while.
So Alan Space, he's here. Let's we'll go ahead and admit him. Hopefully, well, Alan's a pretty smart guy. He won't do anything dumb live. So we'll see if we can get him on here. But yeah, while we're waiting, Lally, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. Again, I love Formula V's, Spec Miatas, Spec E36 at NASA, Spec Racer 4. I love pack racing with low top end cars that stay together and have really good battles. So when you take that formula, like you've got in Formula V, and you add something completely ridiculous, like electric Porsches at a Talladega super duper place, I think it's just a recipe for amazing finishes and crazy accidents at the finish line here. That was just really cool right there.
All right, so Alwin oh, he's here. Alwin, are you here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey, fellas.
Congrats,
Thank
man.
You.
Big
Thanks,
win.
everybody. I don't know how it looked online, but I don't know if I was the jerk in that scenario. If it was
no, you were the winner in that scenario. Yeah. You. That was like a Ty Gibbs, like Martinsville dumperoo there, right there. It was perfect. It's exactly what you need to do to get
godlike actions. Yeah.
Well, the difference is mine was unintentional.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. You know, a lot of people didn't like Jesus at one point. So, what was the strategy that you needed to win today?
Well, I changed it up in that last run. You know, I figured throttle down, turn left. That seemed to be working most of the day for everyone.
Yeah. So I was noticing actually in reality here that there was, you know, some guys hugging a line right there, some guys trying to free the car up to let it out a little bit wide. Was it actually were you being patient, or was it tough to actually get a run? Because you were sitting third for most of that game.
Yeah, without the draft of the Porsche, it's easy to get the run and you can pick up several spots. But with the Porsche drafting, he was putting such a big hole in the air. Once I tried a couple times, you know, mock passing runs, a couple laps earlier.
Yeah.
And I would pull out, and it was like you just pulled a chute. You could get up, you know, maybe half a car length next to the person that was right in front of me, which was Kenneth, I think. And that was it. And then I would just, okay, I'm going to let out the throttle and just jump back in line. But as soon as the Porsche wasn't there and it was just us three fighting for the win, then you can get a run. It's pretty easy to pass 2-3 cars.
So had you guys spoken to whoever was driving the Porsche and said, hey, pull us around for the whole race?
Not at all. I don't know if he was, it looked like on the timing screen, he was a couple laps down maybe. So he was kind of out of it. So he kind of just towed us around for a little bit, which, you know, it was a couple miles an hour a lap. You know, we were hitting, you know, 104, 105 miles an hour there, you know, just behind him. When we're running in a pack of three, you're only doing 100, 101.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's almost over 40 minutes. That's almost a lap. Yeah.
Right. We were pulling away from, because fourth place back, they were kind of sitting right there just outside the draft for a while. And as soon as the Porsche got in front of us, we were able to just gap them easily.
Interesting. Now, Alan, how'd you land on that paint scheme for the race?
I'm sorry, I missed that, Ryan.
How'd you land on your decision to make the paint scheme for this one?
Well, honestly, it was a little bit of a lazy thing because I had ran it the last time I ran a V. I don't remember when that was, last season, and I just haven't had the time to put into creating a livery this time with work and everything. But luckily, I had one, and when I saw Andy was going to be on, I'm like, perfect. So I have a couple V paint schemes, and I'm like, well, I know which one I'll use. So I plus I'm a big supporter of you know Team USA, Jeremy Shaw, and those guys are just outstanding. Paul Fanner, and I mean just the list of drivers that they've supported and the success that they've had is tremendous. So
yeah. Jeremy Shaw, I don't know where he gets his inspiration and motivation from to put the support. But he has a vision. He has a future vision, because almost every single one of us at the age that we got picked for the scholarship were borderline delinquent idiots. And he saw something, and obviously, I mean, lots of future Indy 500 winners, Indy champions, and that went on to NASCAR and IMSA and all sorts of stuff. But man, he put so much work in. Thanklessly, barely, you know, he gets a thank you card from us and a dumb picture that we sign every year or something like that. But he works his butt off and deserves so much. He's a saint to young American race car drivers for sure.
Hey, real quick,
I should also say that I'm also a big fan of Andy's, so it was pretty easy. I've been a big fan 15 plus years, you know, watching, you know, sports car racing. So
So
it's an honor to speak with you.
while Alwin is
Awesome.
here,
Thank you.
Jeff Gross is also in the weight room. Should we bring him on and let you two figure it out?
Yeah.
I think we need to. Let's look at a Zoom fight going on.
As long as it's a virtual fight like our racing was.
Well, isn't? Yeah. All right. So I've let him in. We'll see how long it takes for his thing to connect here. But
all right.
But yeah, let's
Jeff
let's
Gross,
have
you
it
on the air?
I think you might need a minute.
Microphone or speaker.
Oh.
Jeff Gross.
Jeff Gross, you're on the air.
Jeff Gross, we can hear you.
It's
We can hear you, Jeff Gross.
hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my stuff. I don't know how to use Zoom. I don't Zoom.
No worries.
That's fine.
Just
You're
wanted to
good
make-
like that.
Just wanted to make sure you knew we could hear you.
Oh yeah,
okay,
I got you.
Jeff.
What's up?
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
don't,
Hey,
I
buddy.
can't drive, so.
No, that's all good. We got Alan on here too. Jeff, how do you think that last lap went?
Oh, it went well until it didn't. I think Alan hit one of those Porsches.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think he hit him, and then that's what bounced him into me. That's the story I'm gonna go with versus saying that
Me too.
it went a different way.
Yeah, it was either way, Jeff. It was unintentional. So
Yeah,
if
I mean,
if it looks dirty online, it wasn't the intent.
This is not how good content works,
I'm-
guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to. Can I cuss on this or
No.
do I have to keep it
Yeah.
friendly?
No.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't want to. MF the guy, but you certainly don't want to lose a race that way. That was fun. I didn't think that would work that well.
I like your paint scheme there, Jeff. It was obviously a crowd favorite. Were you an old Earnhardt fan back in the day?
Well, I was. I don't even know how old I was when he was not around, but yeah, I guess I was a young one, if that makes sense.
How old are you? And I'll tell you.
30. I turned 30 in a month.
Yeah, so you were only, geez, yeah, you were only like 8 or 9 years old. Yeah.
I was out of
February 18th,
diapers.
2001.
Yeah, 2001. So I don't know. I can't do math. I was trying to help Steve and Patrick and all them with their battery mileage, but I can't do math. So
all good.
I was not worth very much doing that. That was fun.
Good. Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
Awesome. Any sponsors you guys want to thank? Alan, we'll let you go first as the big winner.
Absolutely. Continental Tires. Anytime you need winter tires, summer tires, all your tire needs. Continental Tire. Obviously Acura. Acura is a fine automobile, fine product. And Trading Paints. Trading Paints is easy to use. Put together the Team USA livery this evening, and it turned out in victory lane, so that was good. I'd also like to get a shout out to Style Aesthetics. Heidi and Steve over there do a great job. So
good stuff.
All right. Jeff, any sponsors you'd like to thank before we close this thing down?
I would also like to thank Continental Tire, and while I don't have an Acura, I do have a 2004 Honda Odyssey.
Nice.
And that thing has a bunch of miles on it and still runs great. So thank you to them.
Yeah, we used an Odyssey in our 2016 trip, and it was phenomenal.
It's they're so roomy, and also Trading Paints. They are fantastic. Steve, it's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Steve Luvender. If you have his Twitter, tell him happy birthday.
A big happy birthday to Steve Luvender, who pointed out that both races that we've had on the Super Speedway iRacing layout have been won by a Lally tribute car with Lally jumping in.
Well,
I love it. I'll do more.
It's rigged.
Probably, that's fine.
So what you're saying, it wasn't my fault.
Not your fault.
Not my fault.
Not your fault.
Not
your fault.
I've already forgotten. Do we know who our top Porsche was?
Yeah, it was
Austin Tucker.
Andrew Tucker.
Austin Tucker. Let's see if
Austin Tucker. Yeah.
I don't think Austin is in our waiting.
It was Ben Cox in the end, going by the results.
Is Ben Cox in the waiting room? Ben Cox is not in the waiting room. So okay. Well,
awesome.
That's I'm good. So
anybody that's still on that has any sort of
well, we have a bunch of people in the waiting room. So
that's cool.
we're not going to be here for the next hour doing interviews, but let's see. So we got Davis Trask, who has been very competitive in this. We got Dustin Hamilton, who helped me out earlier, Brandon Storr, who's new to the series, Jason Skeen, Carl Edward, Connor Kennard, Zach Lewis, I believe, and Matt's iPhone.
Oh, I love that guy, Matt's iPhone.
Yeah, favorite guy.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Anybody on the Porsche side interest you? I think Davis Trask he was really strong during the practice runs. Let's bring in one Porsche guy, get his take, and then oh no, he just disappeared. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. I think we're good.
Hey, if anybody likes meteor showers, there's going to be a crazy one tonight, peaking at about 1:30 a.m.
Okay.
If you don't have clouds.
That's pretty cool. Do I need a telescope?
No, just go outside, look up about 1:30 a.m. It's going to be the peak. You can probably see them now, but at about 1:30 a.m., you should be able to see 50 to 100 per hour.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's doing pretty wild.
All
If
right.
it wasn't snowing in Michigan, I might be able to see it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, Tyler Newitt, our admin, are you still on or are you gone?
I'm still here.
How was it for you?
My math was bad, and I should have just done what I said at the beginning and followed what everyone else did.
Understood. And then Lee, we're now 5 minutes past what we asked you to stay for, so we'll let you go here. But does this stack up in the high-profile racing you do?
Absolutely. I mean, I can't believe that your maths that you were so unconfident about before the race turned out so close to being perfect, Sean. One more lap, and I think we'd have been on the line, right?
I had help.
No full course yellows either.
I had help from a German scientist.
Well, the good news is that the random idea we had a few weeks ago to make people frustrated seems to have worked out properly. So
we
I'm
did
proud
our
of
job.
Everybody involved. Yeah.
Well, speaking of keeping people frustrated and happy at the same time, Ryan, we're not going to say anything, but do you think people will be happy in a few days?
Yeah, I think they're going to be really happy with the new things that we have coming out. But the things that we already have out, we'd love it if you guys could like, comment, all that stuff on YouTube. If you don't have Motor Trend Plus and you're thinking about getting streaming service, we are on there. But to also continue to support Continental Tire, please. I just spent a week with them, and they were ranting and raving about how passionate our fans are. So we appreciate that from you guys, and thanks for keeping the show on the road by supporting those guys. So for me, I'm good. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to go to bed because I was on a 3 a.m. flight this morning.
Exactly. And I'm going to keep the stream up, but I'm also going to take a break. I might bring on some race winners later, but as Ryan and I discussed at the beginning of the broadcast, there's quite a few things going on right now, and so I need to move my attention elsewhere. But we'll keep the stream up. You won't have Lee's fancy camera work. It'll just be a very basic iRacing stream. We've got 2 more races going on. They won't have commentary, but we'll turn up the noise. Maybe bring some of those race winners on at the end, but that'll be that. So thank you to all of our participants. Congratulations to Alan. Thank you to all of our fans watching this at home. And we will we'll see you. We'll be back December something. I'll tell you exactly. Hold on one second. No, we're gone for a while. So we're back on Thursday the 15th is our next round. Huh?
Doing what?
This, but not this.
Have you announced what it is yet?
No, we have not.
Fine.
Yeah. Let's just say the track will go left and right. But maybe not the cars that should be going right.
Oh.
Yeah. That's all we'll say. And this is all building towards a championship that will once again run in the early part of 2023. It was going to happen in January. That is now not going to happen for our World Final in mid-January because, well, Ryan and I will both be busy with some other stuff. And but we will have the World Final some point in the beginning of 2023. That's all I got. Hey, watch Motor Trend.
Dinner with Racers by Continental Tire.
Home. What is a home? A home isn't just a place to leave your things, to house your stuff, to simply exist within 4 walls. A home is built on an ideal, built-in common values, where what starts as a community grows into a family. A home is where you laugh, you love, you cry, you even learn. A home is where you don't just exist, but you belong. We're home.
Except for one episode. And race cars, because it's on Motor Trend.
September 28, 1975 was, in most ways, just another beautiful day in Long Beach, California.
Welcome to Championship Weekend here on the famed streets of Long Beach, California.
Home. What is a home? A home isn't just a place to leave your things, to house your stuff, to simply exist within four walls. A home is built on an ideal, built-in common values, where what starts as a community grows into a family. A home is where you laugh, you love, You cry. You even learn. A home is where you don't just exist, but you belong. We're home.
Except for one episode. And race cars, because it's on Motor Trend.
September 28, 1975 was, in most ways, just another beautiful day in Long Beach, California.
Welcome to Championship Weekend here on the famed streets of Long Beach, California.
Home. What is a home? A home isn't just a place to leave your things, to house your stuff, to simply exist within four walls. A home is built on an ideal, built in common values, where what starts as a community grows into a family. A home is where you laugh, you love, you cry, you even learn. A home is where you don't just exist, but you belong. we're home.
Except for one episode. All right, this is race number 2. There are, it says lapse time 18 minutes. We're probably about 15 minutes into this race, which means there's about 25 minutes remaining, and it looks like the Formula V's are already leading over the Porsches. We are watching that pack action right now. It looks like Jason Owens is, well, he's out on his own leading, actually, in the Porsche, but that pack of Formula V's behind him was the exciting group to watch. So right now I've got the camera feed set on the leader, and that is who it's going to follow. So you just watch the excitement from here. You know what? I'm going to go into the YouTube for a second, see if I can answer any questions before we get going, but I do have to get going, as you guys know. Again, this is not going to be as polished as what you just watched with all the camera work and Andy and Alvin and Ryan, and I got to get going as well. But let's see if you have any of them questions on the YouTube before I check out as well. It is unfortunately a very busy time right now, so do have to get rolling. But let's see what we got here. All right, loading up. And right now I see no questions, so I'm guessing that might be it, because I think most people checked out, which is all good. And so if everyone is more or less not that involved in the chat, then I'm going to take off as well. I'll leave this up just for those who want it, and I will move on with my day. All right, well then never mind. I am going to take off, and thank you all for watching, and enjoy. We have this race. There is one more if there are people still around, and we'll go between both, and that'll be that. So there are, looks like, probably about 23, 24 minutes remaining in this race. That is John Cantu. Looks like he is leading right here, and we'll see how this unfolds. right, all right, all right. We are just getting to the end here of round 2. As you can see, just like in our main broadcast race, especially with fewer cars now, it's basically become an all Formula Vee affair. So it turns out Formula Vee was the car to have. And Delaney Calhoun is our guy right now. Delaney is looks like 2 tenths up on Jacob Campbell, Davis Trask, Brian Stilley. They're in kind of a nice 4-way fight here. And, Jacob Campbell, Delaney Calhoun, and Davis Trask in a 3-way fight, it looks like. And time will tell how this unfolds. So it shows a lapse time of 41 minutes. Now that includes waiting on the grid. So there's probably about another minute and a half or so left, another 2 minutes. So I imagine there might be one more lap to go after this. I don't actually know. William Booz now entering the chat. Hello, William. If you guys have any questions, anything I can answer while we're waiting, we'll interview the winner if they come onto the Zoom here. I should get the Zoom going again. Hold on 1 second. Jacob Campbell, of course, is a staple of racing last year, won a couple of our races. Davis Trask was very instrumental in helping us out with some of our practice races that we ran yesterday. And Delaney Calhoun is just sort of a veteran of this, so should be interesting to see how it goes. All right, what have we got here? So it's Delaney, Jacob, and Davis. Do we have any Porsches in it? Looks like not. Looks like Brian Stilley and Michael Rennick are back here in 4th and 5th. I wouldn't count them out necessarily. They're 19 seconds back from this lead group. As you saw in our first race, the idea of the top 3 all wrecking out is not impossible. And then 1 lap down is Connor Kennard, who's right there in the thick of it. So. And 1 lap down, Jason Owens is our top Porsche, it looks like. So I think, if my math is correct, this should be the white flag lap. I don't actually know, believe it or not, but this should be the white flag lap. And Hannah asking if I can take a look at Jacob's car. Jacob is leading, as it turns out. Let's see. She said the second fur baby is on there. I will take a look. Did the trading paints load? Yeah, it did. Hold on 1 second. Oh, who's that in front? Oh, it's actually a pretty good battle here. We'll look at that we'll look at the paint job closer. Right now, let's see who wins this thing. Right now, it's oh shit, I don't know who it is. Where's Delaney? There's Delaney. It's a pretty good fight here. Let's see who takes it. I think this might be it. Or there might be one more lap. I have no idea. I'd say based on the way they're racing, there's still one more lap. All right, well then if we're doing that, then yeah, we'll take a closer look at Jacob. I'm all for dog stuff. All right. So what does Jacob have going on his car? So we got a Continental. Oh, that is a Continental with the dogs. And I'm sorry, Hannah, I don't remember the dog names. Miles. Miles is the name, right? Miles. And let's see who else we've got. You've got more fur babies. Let's see. Second Cameron, more Miles. And more dogs. Nice. All right, let's go back to the action here. This is, I believe, for the win. And this should be... oh, looks like there's a technical error. Oh, interesting. All right, sorry about that. This is the best I can do then. Hope that solves it for you. That's the Zoom feed. That's the best I can do. Yeah, there's an actual hiccup that I learned doing our practice stuff yesterday, which I did not think about just now, which is when you start up Zoom, after you're streaming, the picture locks up. I actually learned that yesterday, but I canceled Zoom out from our broadcast race and just restarted it now, and that led to that. So good catch. Sorry about that. And that's it. That was for the win. I don't know who just took it. Is it? It was Jacob Campbell. So, Hannah, there you go. Your dude is a winner once again. Congratulations to Jacob Campbell for getting it done. That's pretty impressive. How did that go down? I didn't even get I was so busy fixing camera stuff, I didn't get a chance to see here. So let's watch this in slow motion. All right, so this is Jacob. Next to him is Delaney. That's the pace car. Jacob, Delaney, Davis Trask. And you can see they're all, oh, you know what? They almost screwed each other up, and Jacob was just clear of it all by staying to the inside. And I would actually argue that had Davis not, based on the pacing here, had Davis managed to stay clean and not make contact, I think he might have had the run, although it's tough to say. It looked like Delaney did too. Let's look at it from Delaney's onboard here. Jacob, if you want to get into the Zoom session, we can talk about your big win. Same thing with Delaney if you want. So this is Delaney, who was, as you can see here, he was leading. And then right there at the end, he gets spun and takes third place. Now, the way our championship is going to work out, our world, we don't have points this year. We're just doing finishes into the world final since we're doing a limited schedule. And so top five in these races will qualify you for the world finals. So all of these guys are still going to make it to the big final event. So they're in the clear, so to speak. Let's see this from Delaney's standpoint. Connor. Okay, let's see what Davis had to say here. Because Davis was sort of, I don't know if he was the instigator or if it was Delaney, but here goes Davis to the outside. He's got the run. Actually, a pretty good head of steam there. Oh, interesting. He gets run up high. Oh, I see. Then he comes down, and I'm guessing somewhere. Yeah. I don't know who you'd really say was at fault there, as much as two guys trying to squeeze down each other. So, nice. Let's see what. There was somebody behind them. All right, I think Connor's gonna have the best viewpoint here. Oh, apparently not. That was amazing. That's kind of perfect. That really is kind of perfect. Nice job. All right. Well, let's see who's in the old wait list. We got Jacob Campbell. Let's get Jacob on here. See what he's got to say. Oh, hold on, Jacob. You're muted. Sorry. Hold on one second. Hold on. And thank God Miles is here too. Hello, can you hear me?
No.
There we go.
This is our other puppy. This is Alfie.
Oh, that's Alfie, not Miles. So you have a type apparently.
Yeah, we do.
Nicely done. So you seem kind of clean of all the stuff that was going on next year. I'm not convinced you had the win until Delaney and Davis did their best to ruin each other's races.
Yeah, actually, my position tracker said that I was in second up until they wrecked. So I did not have the speed to win that race. Thankfully, they took each other out. So.
Nice. All right. So obviously, you've had a busy 11 months preparing for the new season. Once it all ended with the world final, what's been going on over there?
Not very much iRacing. Hannah and I got married.
Congratulations. Woo!
Yeah, woo. We bought a house, and I bought, shout out to Honda and Acura, I bought a Honda Civic.
Nice.
This year as well. So we have been quite busy, and we picked up.
So in a year, you got married, a second dog, a house, and a new car.
Yes, we have been on the spending spree this year.
That is a lot of stuff. Well, good for you.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been very good. We've been blessed.
Nice. So when did you guys get married?
September 4th, so a little over 2 months ago.
Yeah, nice. All right. And so what's how did you guys meet?
Bumble.
Wow, you are like proper. Are you millennials or Gen Z?
I was born in 1997.
I don't know the cutoff. What is it? What is that?
It's like right in between. Like it depends on where you look. So
Okay.
I don't really know what the
So
answer
I'm
is.
calling you Zillennials, and where was I going with the joke? I've already lost it. But oh wow, okay. So they're getting along because I'm imagining Miles was the baby, and then an intruder comes in. So how's he been with Alfie?
Fantastic. They get along great. They have a big fenced-in backyard now, so they get to run around, and they are very happy boys.
All right. Oh, so Bumble. All right. So Bumble and Zillennials. How common is this with the Bumble wedding?
I don't know. It's the only person I know that's gotten married from a dating app, but my best friend and his girlfriend met off of a dating app as well, and they're doing quite well.
Right.
So.
Oh God, that's loud. Hold on. Wow, my God. All right. Well, let's see. So Hannah is saying wedding and houses are expensive. I believe that. I can't speak for the wedding part, but I imagine it's a thing. But now, so did you guys grow up in the same area?
She's from Columbus, Indiana, and I'm from Newcastle, so roughly.
Oh, yeah, total foreigners.
Yeah, I know. It's such a long drive across the state of Indiana.
All right, I have a special kinship with Newcastle.
Oh, I know you do. You broke your leg.
I did. So my favorite memory of Newcastle, because you might be able to relate to this, is the sheriff, as I was riding in the ambulance, saying, "You better hope it's just your leg, because they can't do much for you where we're going."
I try to avoid the hospital.
Yeah,
at all costs.
yeah. I was told that, and I literally coughed blood after he said that. Luckily, it was because I'd cut my lip, but I didn't know that at the time. And I'm like, this is not going to be a good day. So anyway, all right. Well, congratulations. So top 5 in the world final was enough to get you in, but then by winning, it means we'll give you sort of a special black flag clearing kind of cheat when the world final comes. We don't know what the world final is going to be. We don't even know when it's going to be. We thought it would be mid-January. There are some racing conflicts for myself that are going to get in the way of that, but nonetheless, it'll be exciting to see you there. Are you going to join us for the big December 15th round?
Yes, we're going to be whatever that round happens to be. We will be there.
Very good. All right, Hannah will be watching. When's Hannah going to start driving?
If the next race, honestly, I should just let her run this race. She probably done just as well as I did. But I don't know if she'll do so well in the next race.
I think you might have a sense of what we're doing. It's going to be a hard one. This was all strategy and not a lot of driving. The next one's going to be a lot of driving.
Yeah, and I don't know how good she'd do.
So
turning left and right.
There'll be right turns, and they'll be very hard right turns. So
yeah, in a car that does not want to turn right.
Correct. That is a strategy, but there's still some things we're trying to throw into the mix there to make it a little bit interesting. But time will tell. So regardless, appreciate the time.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank
you, Honda and Acura, Continental, and Trading Paints is always a highlight of our year.
Absolutely. Appreciate the time. And we'll be right back. Hold on, I screwed up there. All right. We got some more racing. You just heard the next racing queue up. We're going to play a quick video. I'm going to see if I can fix what I broke, which I don't think I can. And we'll go from there. So 1 second. We're going to play some more Motor Trend. So this is Alfie I'm looking at.
Yes, this is Alfie. Hey, Alfie, can you come lap? Alfie, can you come lap? No, he wants to go play with his ball.
Yeah, I get
Miles is the smaller one. And
Oh,
Alfie's
yeah,
the
that's
bigger
quite a
dog.
size difference. Interesting.
Yes, Alfie's like 75 pounds and Miles is about 40.
Crazy. All right, well, on that note, we're going to play some more Motor Trend promotions. We'll be right back. Cool. Thanks, dude.
Home. What is a home? Home. What is a home? A home isn't just a place to leave your things, to house your stuff, to simply exist within four walls. A home is built on an ideal, built in common values, where what starts as a community grows into a family. A home is where you laugh, you love, you cry, you even learn. A home is where you don't just exist, but you belong. We're home.
Except for one episode. And race cars, because it's on Motor Trend. All right, we are back, and the final race of the night, race number 2 is starting just like the last one. There won't be any commentary. I'm going to get on with some other work I got to do, but this is going to be a short one. Or, I mean, it's not going to be short. It's going to be 40 minutes. It's going to be a low entry one. It looks like we have one Porsche with Michael Rennick, who's just going to see what he can figure out. And then it looks like we got a 3-way battle between Derek Moore, Christian Abbott, and John Cantu. and we'll see how that pans out. So I believe these are they're the only guys in this. So we'll set the cameras to look at the leader on the TV mix. So yeah, you can see this is it right here. 4-way fight, and that'll be that. So we'll see how that looks. So again, here's who you've got. It's a 4-way fight. Michael Rennick, the lone Porsche. We know how it's gone for Porsche so far, but you never know. Maybe Michael's had enough runs now to kind of figure out the strategy. I need to know what's on Michael's car because that looks interesting. Look at that. That is an Uncle Bobby turkey delivery car. Oh, and I've lost him. There we go. 1 second. Okay, so that was an Uncle Bobby turkey delivery car. Is that what I saw? Well, let's watch the start. Let's make sure these Formula V's don't wreck each other before they ever get going here. So that is, again, Derek Moore, John Cantu, and Christian Abbott. So that'll be a 3-way fight for those guys. It's basically between them and Michael, and time will tell. All right, like I said, I'm going to get going. I got a few things I got to do. I'm sure everybody here understands. It's 10 o'clock for you East Coast folks, 7 o'clock my time. And I'll be back in about, so this race basically went green at about 2:40 elapsed time. So I'll be back in about 40 minutes. And we'll talk to our winner between these four, and we will be on with the night. Enjoy. Testing. All right, we are back for the finish. All right, we have on the lap time it says 41 minutes. It started about 2.5 minutes in, so we're probably in the last lap and a half here of the final race of this week's Thursday Night Blunder. Looks like we got who's that? We got John Cantu racing with can't see who that is. Christian Abbott and Derek Moore. So Christian Abbott, I believe, is in the red car in front. That kind of pretty metallic red. We got John Cantu in the middle, and then screaming out wide, that is Derek Moore. So let's see how it works out between the three of them. I think we have one lap left. I think this is the final lap right here. I've been paying a little bit of attention, not too much, but hold on one second. Let's see if I can make the picture look a little better. From the little bit of attention that I've been paying, Derek Moore has been doing something very interesting. He has been going way high up in the banking and then almost using the banking to send him down the hill and accelerate. And then, as you can see here, Christian Abbott was the one doing that. Derek Moore is in the red car. Now I understand. And they both have developed a strategy where they're using the banking almost as a hill and getting that to develop a little bit of momentum. But I think in the process of doing that and chasing each other down, I think John, well, now I don't know what's going on. John Cantu is in front of all of them. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. John, they were so busy messing up and about going into the banking that John Cantu has the lead here because they just lost so much ground doing that. But the momentum off the hill might send them into the corner. You saw John go all the way down to the inside wall to try to break the draft as best he could because he does have enough of a gap that the draft is going to matter. This should be it if I'm correct in my time calculations. So they're going to come out of 4 here. Looks like Christian and Derek have runs on John. John is blocking and a little bit of contact. That should make it easy for Christian. We'll see what happens. I can't tell. I think it's going to be Christian. Christian Abbott is going to take a pretty impressive win there at the end. Nicely done. And by the way, shout out to Christian. That livery, if I am not mistaken, is like the old school Honda F1 livery. Yeah, that is. Which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, that is the original Honda F1 car. For those who know their 1960s random F1 trivia, that was a pretty cool looking deal. So well done. That's pretty cool. All right, so by virtue of winning this race, Christian's going to get himself a little bit of a black flag cheat going into the world final, which should help him. Just exactly what it's going to be or how it's going to be used by him. Those remain to be seen, but a pretty cool deal. So anyway, so that'll do that. We're just about over here. So Christian Abbott taking the win. I think Michael Rennick stuck it out. He ran the whole deal, finished 1 lap down, it looks like, in his Uncle Bobby turkey delivery. Beautiful Porsche purple Mission R. And that is that. So we'll see if anybody's up in the old Zoom chat room, up in the Zoom lobby, and otherwise we will get on with our night. I still got work to do. I'm sure you guys would like to get on with your night as well. But congratulations to Christian. That was pretty cool. Derek and John, I mean, honestly, that was from, you guys were probably watching closer than I was, but the three of them seemed to be pretty well in step for the entire 40 minutes there and ran clean enough to not wreck each other till the very, very end. So, so good job by both. That's what we like to see. And, I don't know Derek as well, but Christian and John and I are, we work a lot together on stuff. And, these are the kind of guys I really like to have in our stuff because they definitely get the spirit and the atmosphere of what we're doing, as do you, the fans there on the YouTubes. If you got any more questions, otherwise I'm going to let it go here. But for those of you, the 20 of you, wow, that have stuck around through just mindless talking and mindless ambient car sounds, stay tuned in a couple days. If I had a crystal ball, or an upload button, I would predict that, late Monday night, Tuesday around midnight, or Monday around midnight, Tuesday morning, you'll probably have a nice little gift of an assortment of podcasts, and that's that. But again, we won't be doing this video iRacing Thursday Night Blunder deal for about a month from now. We just can't keep up the weekly routine the way we would like to. It's just it's a bit of work on me, even though the couple hours of doing the stream is a time loss. The real time loss is just the massive distraction for the day and a half, 2 days, getting it all together. It's it doesn't seem like a lot of stuff, but every little kind of nitpicky detail, everything from like the promo graphics to the promotional videos to just managing the email lists and the new submissions and it's just all every minute takes away from other things, and unfortunately it all piles up. Next thing you know, you've lost several days, and right now that just can't be something I'm doing. So anyway, appreciate that. Thank you to you, Michael Parks, for your time, and William Booz, Davo, Delaney, really appreciate you guys coming out here. Michael, good job. Thank you for joining. And I think I see no one in the Zoom room. So I think that's it. I'm going to kill it. Thank you all for coming. Really had fun. As always, we enjoy doing this. We love doing things that give back to the fans, especially things that stay engaged with Continental, which all of you guys clearly understand, which makes a huge difference to us. So let's see. William Booth saying you might be in one of the December blunders. We'd love to have you. There's probably only going to be one. In fact, I should say definitively there's only going to be one. I think it's the Thursday the 15th off the top of my head. It's just going to be a one-time deal. That's why these races we did today, your finishing position qualifies you for the final more so than points, because there's too few races to really make points be a thing. But that's it. So we will get out of here. Thank you again for being such lovely, lovely fans. And I think that's all I got. So, bye. Are you not entertained?